Welcome to the BlabberMalt Show with your hosts, Dave and Matthias, two guys that blabber incessantly about beer, brewing, and bullcrap. Stick around while they brew up another tasty episode.
We're excited today out here in Sandusky. As you can see behind us, ginormous sign, Homebrew Ohio, homebrewOhio.com. Wonderful space in here.
Yeah, it's right on the Route 250 exit. If you get off of Route 2 on 250, head south, and it's on your right-hand side. It's kind of crisp out here. You
It's chilly. Let's head inside, okay?
All right, come on. Oh, yeah.
All right, so
Here we are. You smell that? That's fresh malt.
malt,
Malty
t-shirt,
goodness.
swag, glasses.
We got
You know,
it
we were
all.
in here earlier just kind of setting the stage for what we're going to be doing here today. We're going to get a tour. We're going to try some locally made wine.
Yes, made here. in
Made
the
here.
shop,
Yeah. Talk to some of the owners and kind of just talk about what their process is, what they do, not just here, but also in their distribution warehouse.
Yes,
And kind of hang out.
should be fun.
I'm excited,
Let's
man.
get into it.
All right, sounds
All
good.
Okay, guys, we're here right in the center of Homebrew, Ohio, their retail shop in Sandusky, Ohio. We're here with Paula Collier, correct?
Correct.
She is the head of operations here, guru of all things homebrew, and we are just so excited you had us here today. Thank you so much. Before we get into this super far, tell everybody where they can find you on the internet, Facebook or Instagram. What's the best place?
Well, we are definitely on Facebook, so just check us out, Homebrew Ohio. We have our own website, homebrewOhio.com, and then we're located here in Sandusky at 6409 Milan Road.
Yes. Now, you guys have an incredibly large distribution center here in Sandusky as well, right? You do a lot of e-commerce.
We do. You're going to see our face on, not only our site, but eBay, Walmart, and Amazon are our three biggies. And then we have a couple other small ones.
Okay, so this is a giant retail spot, but it's small for you guys as far as all over business, correct?
It is. And I understand for a homebrew store, we're a pretty big homebrew store
Yes.
as far as a footprint goes, but we have a much larger footprint when it comes to e-commerce.
Okay, yeah. We are standing here, you can see behind us, there's a bunch of ingredients. This is a bunch of the yeast, and I'm excited to you can see the whole wall is specialty grains, and we have the base malts kind of behind there. I've spent some time back there putting together my grain bills for different recipes, being up, we have a place in Marblehead and we live in Avon, but going back and forth, my wife Denise kindly allows me to stop and get a grain bill for a brew coming up. So yeah, that's a good time. So can you give us a little tour?
I would love to.
Okay, let's do
Absolutely.
this.
So if we start, we have split the store in half,
Okay,
basically. So when you come in, on the right side is all things beer. On the left side, all things wine. Then we have a back corner of retail things.
okay,
So that's just kind of how we like to do it. So if you come this way, you're going to find all of the beer yeasts that you could have. And as a home brewer, you know how incredibly important it is to have the perfect yeast
yes.
to get that flavor.
And these packets of freeze-dried or activated packets of yeast have really come on recently, so you don't have to have all those coolers keeping the liquid concentrates. I know you guys have a couple, but these are great, and they have all kinds of different strains. You'd have a can of extract and it would come with a little packet of yeast, and it was terrible. The beer was awful, but the technology has come a long way. So these are great products, and you guys have more of a selection than a lot of people that you see in a retail shop.
And we almost always still have some of the live culture, especially like a WLP 001, which is just your ale yeast.
Right.
You can come in, you always will find that. But White Labs, who makes that, is also starting to make dry yeast. Their technology is incredible.
They should, because that's where it's at. And you don't even really have to do a starter with a lot of these. There's a lot more cells
Yes.
in the packet, which is nice. You don't have to start the day before. So
Anything that's easier, right?
easier is better.
That's right. So then we go on to kegging. So if you're doing, typical home brewers love to use the Cornelius kegs. So we try to keep everything together, because if you decide you don't want a bottle, kegging's where it's at.
Kegging is a lot easier. Yeah,
It is.
That's
it
where you're
is.
going to end up if you are home brewing. You're going to be kegging. So
That's truth.
yeah.
Yes. So then if we head this way, we try to keep also a real nice variety of cleaners and sanitizers, because that's not really the fun part, but it is one of the most important parts.
Very important. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we keep a nice selection of that. But this is really where the fun is. Over here, being able to be creative with your grains. We've moved things around, maybe even since the last time you were here, because we did
Yes.
a nice floor move. But you're going to find these are all base malts
Okay.
now.
All right.
Okay. So you can walk in and grab a bag of 5 pound or 10 pound, or you can do up, 1 ounce or 4 ounces, whatever you need.
Right. And you sell it by the bag too?
We do 50 and 55 pound bags. A lot of folks love to buy a big bulk bag like that, and then they can just come back in and crush it as they need to. Our crushing room's always open for
Right.
people.
Yeah, that's usually what I do. I get a 50-pound bag, and then you just have to go in and, get your adjuncts to color it and do some flavoring.
There's a lot of cost savings in that.
There is, yeah. You guys used to have the pails right here, the pails with the grains in it. But yeah, this is nice.
Yeah, we've just changed it a little bit, but I think we have quite a selection. Mike just added about 10 new grains last week.
Okay.
We have 6 row back, which we haven't seen 6 row in a homebrew place in about 6 years.
Yeah, it's not a common malt. I don't use 6-row too often.
No
but
one does
yeah,
anymore.
Yeah.
It wasn't available.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you may find yourself.
Yeah, maybe. So yeah, you can come here and they have the containers, and you can place it here, tear your container out there and measure your grain. It's kind of fun, as a home brewer to dial in your recipe, but be neat when you're here, people. Clean up after yourself.
That was probably the owner.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do move a lot of grain, and we ship grain too. So if it's something you want off the website, we'll come and put it all together. You can send a little note whether you want it crushed, if that's the case.
Right.
And you can always call in a grain bill.
Yeah, that's nice. Call it in, then run by and pick it up. Yeah.
We'll have it ready for you. So if you head this way, that's where you're going to see all your liquid malts, dry malt extracts, and all of the sugars.
Okay, yeah, Belgian. Yeah, even as an all-grain brewer, I do use the dry malt quite a bit when I'm doing a yeast starter. You use, a few ounces, create a starter in a flask, get the yeast going for the brew day.
Absolutely. Then we're we're also very proud of our hop selection.
There is a lot.
There's a ton.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah.
And we're fortunate enough to be able to carry this many and keep everything rotating because of the amount that we ship.
Right.
But you're going to see 1 ounce versions, 8 ounce versions, 1 pound versions, and many of them now have cryo, which is going to give you so much less sediment.
Yes.
And you're going to have a much cleaner.
We're doing those
finish.
IPAs. That's where it's at. We did talk about that a little bit in a few shows back. But it is nice. You get a little bit of cost savings. You're buying a pound bag, and if you are doing those IPAs, you're going to need a pound at least.
Yeah, you are. Got to get that flavor in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then all of the different fermenters and brew pots. We're always glad to help a new brewer figure out what they need. We don't want you to buy any more equipment than you need to buy.
Right.
And so we will help tailor that to maybe what you already have at home and then what you need.
Right. Nice. Then we have some kits over here.
Yes, all of our extract kits, we carry both Brewer's Best and True Brew. True Brew just came out with newly designed kits.
Okay.
So most of our brewers are not familiar with those because they've been off market for a couple years.
Okay.
And then we have one of our own.
Oh,
Just
I
one,
see that, yeah.
but we would like to expand that.
Okay.
That particular one is from the Firelands Homebrew Club. We did a contest, and the beer that won got to have its own kit.
Oh, that's fun.
So when
I
you
see
buy that,
yeah.
$5
Session
goes.
IPA?
Yeah, oh, and it's so good. And it's a Mosaic IPA in there.
Oh, okay.
It's so good.
Nice.
But $5 from every kit goes to the club.
Oh, wow, that's
support
great.
them.
That is great. Nice. I like that.
Little shout out to the Firelands Homebrew Group.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we have various fermenters. I see we got some plastic, which is fine. They work great.
We bring in the Italian glass as well. So those are all the Vetri, nice quality, good glass carboys.
Yes. Nice.
Okay. And then this is all of your kind of accessories. You know, if you need your bungs and your airlocks, or you want to do a pH test or anything like that, and then all of the chemicals.
Yeah.
All of your chemicals necessary for both beer and wine, since some of them share.
Yeah, you need all the bits and bobs. That's for sure. Hydrometers, the muslin bags for adding things. You don't want to clog stuff up. I think I have one of every size of bung that there is.
That's what she said.
Somebody had to say it.
And now we've just stepped into the wine world.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, I think we should share.
I think I see a bottle open here.
Well, you know, it's the important part of my job is to
Yes.
make sure that we have quality control.
Well,
Right.
We can take a look at that.
So this is an Amarone style wine
Okay.
that we made from an RJS kit. We carry two different brand names of kits, RJS and Wine Expert. So this one has aged for about a year.
All right.
Will continue to get better with time, but cheers.
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 You guys made this here?
We did. We did.
Mm.
Dark cherries, deep fruits.
Yeah, that's very cherry. That's
Yep.
nice.
It's very good.
Oaked.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for sharing this with us.
You're
This is
welcome.
great.
Thank you.
We always have wine. We go through the beer pretty quick, and we don't do as much beer making. And if we do, we usually have guest makers here, and they take it with them.
That's no fun.
I
They should leave
know.
some.
I know. It's all part of the deal.
So you mentioned the availability to purchase beer and wine here on premise, and coming in, we had mentioned about bringing our own beer out here and selling it. What does that look like? People coming in, not just purchasing homebrew supplies, but they can also come and get craft beer and wine from you, correct?
Yes, and that's something we just started in the last year. We do have some self-distributed beers. We try to keep all the locals. So if people come in, because there are people from all over the country that come in to our area,
Right.
and so they can come over here and they can shop by brewery. So we have everything from some of the great founder stuff, and we do Market Garden right here in Cleveland. We've got some Twin Oast, but then we also try to get some of the rare stuff.
Yeah.
And anything that we can grab, like anything out here is usually a little bit more rare, or it's going to go pretty quickly, or we're featuring it. And then we also happen to have our beer and wine tasting license. So on occasion, we run some cool tastings here just so people can try something
Yeah.
without having to buy the whole thing.
I see you also can get kegs if somebody wants a keg.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we actually do have quite a few kegs that come through here. They're
Yeah.
just a pre-order kind of deal, and then you just come and get your keg, and when you bring it back, we'll give you your deposit back.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, that's
very
nice.
easay. My son Nick handles all of that.
Okay.
So it's Nick, N-I-C, at homebrewOhio.com if you need kegs.
Very good.
Okay.
Also, we're having this delicious wine here. I tried to make wine before. It was awful. It was not good. I'm not a good
What
wine.
happened?
I don't know. This is a long time ago. I think I get impatient. Beer has a much quicker turnaround time. you make the wine, it could be a year before you're even tasting it, and I'm like, that's too long to find out my wine is terrible.
That's a bummer.
So, yeah. I still have the glass carboys. I should fire them back up, get a kit, and see what I can do.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on the same vein, we do sell wine, and I'm lucky enough to be the one who gets to do all the buying. So we have quite a variety.
Yeah.
I'm the resident wino.
Somebody has to be.
Absolutely. And then you'll see on this wall, we do all kinds of just 1 gallon fermenters, and you'll see all of the different bottles, including spirit bottles that you can buy. So over here is where, you can really have a good time with growlers as well.
Oh yeah, there's some neat stuff.
So you don't necessarily have to be a home brewer to enjoy the store.
Yeah. Hey Matthias, I see the Southern Tier Coffee and Cream Pumpkin.
Martini.
Look at
Isn't that cool? It's a
this.
martini ready to go. Yeah.
Nice.
Large selection.
Yeah, there's a good selection.
And we try to keep it where it's not something you're going to see in every grocery store. You're going to come in and you're going to find something special,
Right.
either for yourself or a gift. Yeah.
This looks like the area where we do a little home brewing.
Yes. So we do all of our cleaning for the grain area here.
Mm-hmm.
We do our home brewing over here. And then, of course, washing everything for our tastings.
Nice.
This is kind of a little special corner where you're going to find some higher level alcohol, yeasts, additives, essences, kind of the area, if you know, you know.
Right. We won't promote that too much.
Not until Senate Bill 13 passes.
Yes. All right. So this looks like it's the wine kit area.
It is. So what we do is we put them in order of sophistication, basically.
Okay.
So when you're looking at these really large containers, they all make the same amount. They all make a 6-gallon batch, but then your juice to water ratio changes.
Okay.
And so these are a little bit more expensive, but they're also much, much more involved as far as grape skins and maturation. What we're drinking right now came from the On Premier wine series of RJS, and that is the equivalent of the Wine Expert Private Reserve.
Okay.
So we're drinking one of the more elite versions.
Yeah, you can tell. It's good.
Yeah, it does. It has a lot more nuance.
Yes.
But as you go around, it just becomes a little bit less expensive, and your fermentation time is a little bit lower.
Okay.
And of course,
Burn the barrel, Dave.
the accessories.
Yeah. Yeah, little barrels here.
Yeah, and around the corner you'll see all of the crushers and distemmers.
Okay,
and
yeah, if you
the
wanna
fruit
get real
presses,
serious.
and yeah, all of these came in from Italy.
Wow, looks like you guys got all the bases covered here,
If we don't have it, we'll find it for you.
right? All right, so we're over here looking at all the t-shirts and hoodies. We have some long sleeve sweatshirts, glassware with the logos for Homebrew Ohio. I just want to point out, I'm wearing the old school Homebrew Ohio. Look at that.
That proves your longevity
This
right
is
there.
getting faded. I'm gonna have to. I want to get one of these skull shirts because it's kind of metal and it's kind of home brewing. So
Yeah, we just talked about we need to bring these back. These were our
Yeah.
most popular, and we haven't had them in a while.
okay,
So
yeah.
we're going to do that.
I'll get that. I like these hoodies too. It's a real soft hoodie. Yeah, that might be in my future too.
Well, thanks for the tour. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
What a wonderful facility it is to be able to walk in and see everything from grain to glass options for people. Speaking of that, right, one of the things, this is Dave's kind of toy and love for home brewing. I got a chance to talk to you about that. I held the camera, but I have a question for those people who are watching, who are saying, okay, you know what, it's now the holidays. I may have gotten a beer kit for Christmas, or we're watching this and our 41 episodes, and they've said, you know what, I really kind of want to try a hand at myself. They've seen your kits. They buy one, they give one for a gift. What do they do? Do you guys offer classes like that for people who want to learn how to brew beer or make wine? Maybe tell us about that.
Sure. Yes, we do offer. We have a class scheduled for beer in January, on January 13th. It starts at 10:30. We do ask that you pre-register. It's just $10, and you get to learn everything you need to know about making beer. And we're going to do an extract class, which means you're going to be able to watch actually a kit being made. At the same time, we're going to do a beer tasting. So we're going to taste 4 different beers and really just talk about the enjoyment of beer during the class. And then we have another winemaking class scheduled on the 27th. Is that correct? Yes. From 10:30 till about 12:30. And that one is going to be, we're going to make wine. We're going to taste wine. We're going to talk about wine. And I have a guest winemaker at that one. His name is Gene. He's with his son-in-law, Ed. They're wonderful. And then my beer class is being taught by Zach, the president of the Homebrew Club. So you can ask a million questions and learn all kinds of things. And it's good for the new brewer. It's good for the veteran brewer who just wants to reconnect. And it's also good for somebody who's thinking about, do I want to brew or don't I want to brew? Because a class like this is going to answer that for you.
That's awesome. So I did steal a little card. That's why the question came from.
Yeah.
It says, step-by-step instructions, demonstrations, tastings, 10% off brewing supplies. And it's only $10 per class. It says to call to reserve your spot, 419-502-9019. You can find them on the internet under Homebrew Ohio. They have their own website we talked about before. Get out here, check them out, support local. They support local as well. Join the class. You want to brew
and
beer
they
and
also
wine?
offer gift certificates. So if you have somebody in your life or might want to get into brewing, get a gift certificate and they can come out and buy some of this great equipment, great ingredients, great kits, or wine.
And if you love Dave, maybe you can get a gift card too.
Yeah, give me a gift card.
And you can find us on all places, social media.
Yes.
YouTube, Spotify, Facebook.
X, Instagram,
Yeah.
the BlabberMalt Show. You know how to work the internet.
That's it. Like, subscribe, smash that button, guys. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
Great,
you so much.
Great tour.
It's a good time.
Until next time,
Stay
malty,
malty,
Cleveland. All right, guys. Welcome to our second stop on our Sandusky trip. We're here at Saucy Brew Works, Sandusky.
Yeah.
Drink saucy, be saucy. They have the saucy coffee in the tap room and restaurant here. We'll kind of give you a quick tour before we sit down and have lunch and a little flight. So
Little
come on in.
Sandusky tour. My hometown.
So what we noticed when we came in was a really cool vibe of this old building. Over here to your right, my left, is a little lounge area, which could be a mix between both the coffee and in the restaurant. A way to sit and kind of just enjoy some TV and some high tops. Over here is their kind of their bar, main bar with some high top tables, and where their pizza oven is. You can kind of see it in here. Today they have a really cool special going. It's Thursday. They have a smash burger special where you get a smash burger and fries and a beer for $8. You know, Saucy is known for their pizza. And a bunch of taps here.
Yeah, take a look at the tap handles.
Really cool old bar. As we kind of head back into the space opens up, I was quite surprised. They have some merch, some beer to go here. Another little seating area. That's what they call their dining room. You can see the kitchen over here, but dining room over here. Which then heads over to their event space and coffee shop. So they have an event space down here with another little sidebar. An exit onto the back street. But really cool looking fireplace seating area over here. to your right. A little coffee house vibe. Again, specials on the wall. They have that $8 burger and beer today. Sit here and chill out and head over here to the coffee shop.
Yeah. Wow. There's a lot to this.
Yeah, so this is the Saucy Coffee. I found it on the way through. That's what they're, promoting themselves as both the brewery and the coffee. So you can come here, you can see on the wall, they have all the espresso beverages, brewed coffees, they have their own coffee blends, the What's His Nuts, and I saw a few others as well. Again, just like a cool little coffee vibe. Come in, enjoy yourself some coffee on this side. What's His Nuts latte, Phobia white mocha, what a great connection to their beer. I can teach blue latte. So, cool little space. Love the old building. I love what they've done, kind of separating both places, but also connecting them in the middle.
Yeah.
So if you're ever out this way, stop in here at Saucy and check them out. Get some coffee if you're not into the beer scene. Have some good food. I know we're going to go over and enjoy some lunch here in a second.
Yeah, got my pizza on order already.
Oh, very nice. So, all right, guys. We'll sneak over here to the CLAG side. Doesn't open until 4, but we're having some beers and some food over at Small City. As you can see, the really large bar.
It's a beautiful bar.
Massive seating. And the brew house is over here. Some barrels. And then the brew house back here.
Looks like their aging program over here.
Yep. So this used to be seating, so they're using it for their barrel program. Maybe you can still sit over here, and then you can see they've expanded now to do some horizontal tanks, and they got quite the large brewery over here to your right. Lots of tanks, a lot of cellar action. You can look up here to the top, look at our process plumber and good friend, Ryan Banyas. He's the one that did their setup here, and he's the one that does all of ours at Avon Medina in the new brewery. So.
Oh yeah, I see they have the cross supports there with the logos.
That's his claim to fame. You see these type of cool fit pipes along with this style of hangers. You know that's Ryan Banyas. So nice job, Ryan. Nice job
those look really
up.
Cool.
Yeah.
What do you think? This is a 10 barrel?
It's 15, I believe. Yep, it's 15 barrel.
Nice. Yeah, so being the holidays, I know you got to get home. We were hoping to be on this side. They open at 4 o'clock to get some of their IPAs. They have more IPAs over on this side.
They do.
As
I'm drinking one now, though.
Yeah.
This is their grapefruit. Remember the name of it?
Something do.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Grapefruit. Very good.
Grapefruit.
Yeah.
It's a grapefruit. But they do have some cans to go. I'm going to grab a few on the way out. But I've been here before. Great place. Love Small City.
Yeah.
And CLAG.
Set this down over here.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Merry Christmas, man. That was fun. What did you think?
Oh, it was great. I love Sandusky.
It's my hometown. They didn't have cool bars like this back when I was growing up, but we got some now. Thanks for coming out and touring the city. We got Homebrew, Ohio.
Yep.
We went and checked out the Saucy location, and now we're at CLAG/Small City Tap House. Yep. I had pizza at Saucy, but I might have to have some
Gotta
sushi.
have a sushi roll here, some pho. So you got to go for the food. It smells fantastic over here. It's a killer place.
Yep.
Well, guys, appreciate you. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year. Until next time.
Stay malty, Cleveland.